I like that you mentioned discipline is to teach, because that's not always the way that we look at discipline or a police officer's role of having an educator component to it. A lot of times we think of it as punishment and force and violence. Where did you get that philosophy? Is that something that's taught within the police code and conduct, or is this just your own evolution of leadership?
Yeah, I think it's probably more my evolution. It's not something written down anywhere. I think for me, just being a student of leadership, I think I will be forever a student. I don't think I will ever master leadership. I think that's somewhere on another plane. And I don't think that, people reach that utopia, but I spend most of my adult life learning and reading about leadership. And I learned that early on in my career. And that's actually where the word discipline comes from. It's Latin, and it means to teach. And it was so interesting as a parent as well. I thought about that is that it's not punitive. You're not trying to hurt you, to harm you, to punish you. It's to teach you, to redirect, to mentor, coach, redirect. And that's what we need to be doing. Naturally, there are those egregious actions that have to rise to the level of something beyond just a mere redirection. And we've terminated officers in my tenure. So it just depends on what that act is. And for me, it's interesting because I believe that there are mistakes of the head and mistakes of the heart. Mistakes of the head are those kinds of policy violations where, maybe someone gets into a car accident or violates a policy, but they don't, it's not intentional. Mistakes of the heart are those willful and wanton things that that you should not be doing and you do it anyway. That to me is the difference, in the severity of it. But for me, my philosophy has always been that we as police officers need to be held to a higher standard. I believe firmly that if we are entrusted with enforcing the laws, then we had better follow the laws.